As you know, one of the things that I really like doing in this show is making you more internet intelligent. And one of the things that, of course, is helping tremendously on the internet is the fact that we can outsource stuff to someone else. If you're actually an internet entrepreneur, that you will be able to create, that you will be able to have someone else somewhere else doing stuff for you, which basically is called outsourcing. And I am really happy to have on the show a guy that I've been following already for a number of years, that I completely trust, that I know that he's really the go-to guy on the subject of outsourcing, and his name is Johnas. So John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It is absolutely great to have you here, because I think that there's no other person with more knowledge on the topic of outsourcing than you.
Thank you.
At least in my point of view.
Very flattering.
At least in my point of view. So, well, first of all, would you like to explain, let's just get some very much into meaty content. So what I would like to know from you is, what are some great tips on before you're actually hiring somebody? I mean, let's just go through the recruiting process. Where do you recruit from? What are the qualities, or how do you think that you could actually be getting the right people for doing the kind of tasks that you will be sending to them?
Okay, so in terms of recruiting, first of all, go to the Philippines with it. It's a completely different experience than whatever people have experienced before. It's different than what they've done in India. It's different than what they've done wherever else.
Let me just interrupt you on that one. Actually, you got a very interesting point. I mean, my audience, good part of my audience is in the Middle East, and that's a question that I get asked all the time. Why the Philippines instead of India? I mean, obviously in the Middle East, we have a high number, a high population of Indian people. So the question is, why the Philippines and not India?
No, there are a couple different reasons. Number one, in the Philippines, English is a primary language. Everyone speaks English, and so you just get better English there. Number two, culturally, there are some like power distance relationship issues that are much better suited for hiring someone in the Philippines than India, where it's just going to be easier to get straight answers out of them. It's going to be easier to figure out what's going on and when problems happen. It's a lot easier to figure that stuff out in the Philippines than with India. You know, and that's not a bad thing about India. It's just different.
Yeah.
Right. So the other thing, number three, I guess, about the Philippines is it's a lot more affordable than India is right now. Where you can hire someone in India, it's like $10 an hour. That same person in the Philippines is like $1.60 an hour for the same skills.
Wow.
Right. So there are a bunch of reasons why the Philippines over India. So how do you find Filipinos?
Yeah.
There are a couple of different places. You can go to odesk.com, which will let you hire Filipinos on like a per project basis or an hourly basis.
Yeah.
It's not what I do, but it works for a lot of people. You can go to onlinejobs.ph, which is the biggest Filipino database. Yeah, there are over 50,000 Filipino resumes there. You go on, you search for them. You find someone that has the skill set you're looking for. You hire them full time to work for you.
Now, so we have covered. Okay, where would you find them on the internet? Now, I think it's one of the big questions that most people are really asking themselves is the hiring process.
Right.
How does that work?
So so let's talk about online jobs, because Odesk, it's pretty clear. You go on, you put a project out there, you get people saying I'll do it for this much per hour, right? Online jobs is different, where you're hiring this person as like a permanent, full-time virtual assistant to work with you in your business through ups and downs and stuff. It's really a different experience. So the hiring process that I will typically go through is I'll email a whole bunch of people that I think have skills that I'm looking for. And I'll send a generic email out saying, I'm looking for a full-time person. I want to pay around this much. I might not even say how much I want to pay. But I'm looking for a full-time person. Are you available? And I'll just wait for responses to come back. And then as responses come back, I'll reply to them with more questions. How's your internet connection? Where do you live? Do you have another job? How long have you done this? What kind of experience do you have? And I'll just ask different questions, trying to get a feel for them And then I also want to see like how good is their English. I want to see how responsive are they, because the better English they have, the more responsive they are, the better of an experience you're going to have. And then once you've gone through that and you figure out, okay, this is the right person, then you figure out how much you want to pay them, and you give them a task. Give them a task to do, and they start working for you. And I mean, that can take one day, literally, and you have someone working for you full time.
Fantastic. One of the questions that I keep on also getting, and I think you'll have a great answer for it, is what can actually be outsourced?
Yeah.
So what would the answer be for that one?
Okay, so I have guys in the Philippines that they do the research for what websites we should be building. They gather all the data, they build the websites, they write the content for the websites, they do the marketing for the websites, they do the SEO and the link building and the articles and the videos, and they'll write autoresponders for the websites. They will they'll join affiliate programs and put affiliate links on the site. So I have a girl that writes sales copy for me, and you know, it's not the best sales copy ever, but it works. I have people that do programming and design work, so you can get really great programming work done in the Philippines, really good design work done. Their English is fantastic, so they can write really good content. Here's what you can't do. You can't go and buy an ebook and send it to someone in the Philippines and say, hey, I want you to implement this. The problem with that is that most of the training that's out there, most of the ebooks or the courses or the membership sites or whatever it is, it has all been designed for you, the entrepreneur, to implement. It's specifically, whoever created it thought of you, the business owner, as they're creating it, and you're going to be the one doing the work. And so if you give that to an employee, they'll just run into all kinds of thought problems where you need to go through it and filter it for them so that you're still making the business decisions, because if you're not, then it won't work.
Fantastic. Well, I would love to keep on talking to you, but we have very, very limited time. So I definitely recommend you to connect with John. I mean, I followed his course. He has on his website. He has some amazing, great. Well, it's a recording where you have saying all this incredible information. That recording itself is just absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
And the way that he actually trains you on how to do recruiting and how to actually get the best outsources in the Philippines is absolutely amazing. So if you would like to go to the website, which is just now appearing on front of your screen, I really recommend you to go and check John out, because he's just absolutely amazing. And as you know, he's one of the people that I endorse fully. He's 100% right on the money on the things that he says, and I really appreciate that you were on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate
very
it.
much, John. So, well, this pretty much wraps it up for the day. And right now, I think it's time for me to go and celebrate in the French Quarter. So, once again, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules. See you next week.